Hi YouTube fans, it's Larry, and you know what? We've talked about doing band scans on our channel, and here is the first one. I really thought hard on which radio am I going to do the first band scan with. And I really struggled with this because I've been blessed to have some nice radios. Not real expensive radios, but I'm really thankful to have the ones I do have. Just a few of them here, the Panasonic the Panasonic 2200 and the 2600. The Grundig G5, the Grundig 800, the Kato 1103, GE Super Radio 2, the Sony 2010. But this one blows me away. It really does. And we don't see many reviews on it on YouTube. And that's why we're here. This, my friends, is what I consider maybe a rare radio because you just don't see them very often. This is the Sony ICF 100. Now, this is different than the 55 and the 77 in terms of the way it's built. They don't have the big capacitor issues that you see with the 55 and the 77. This is more of a bulletproof type radio that's very reliable, okay? That's a good thing. Now, size-wise, it is truly a mini portable. This is a pocket-sized radio. There's the Grundig G5 right next to it, okay? Here is the Kato 1103 on both sides. So that gives you an idea of just how small it is. My wife, when she saw this, she said, "Oh, that is darling." Now I said to her, "Honey, that's not the way you describe a radio. A radio can't be darling." She said, "Okay, it's cute." Anyway, I digress. Let me open it up for you here because it is truly a wonder box. This is amazing. Clint at Oxford Shortwave called this I think he said a magic box of tricks. I cannot agree with him more. Clint, you are right on with this. Clint has some work with his on Oxford Shortwave. Look at those reviews. They are amazing. Here's the one I got. It is truly amazing. I mean, I really am blown away. I have a lot of RFI in my home. If I take this outside, it will absolutely blow you away. But I'm inside because it's cold outside. All right. It does have sync. Okay. It will locate sync upper and lower, similar to the way that the more like the Sony 55 does in terms of how the sync circuit works. So you use the sync sideband to go upper and lower. But let's just see what we got because really I get terrible reception in my home. I truly do because of the RFI here. Okay. So let's go ahead and we'll turn it up. Get this volume turned up for y'all and we'll take a listen to it. Of course, WWV. Now, I pick up WWVH really well here. Typically, I can hear the lady on WWVH, which, by the way, Jane Barbie is her name. I don't know if you know that. Jane Barbie, for us that are old enough to remember calling the time when we were young, so the time lady, that's Jane Barbie. She is the voice of WWVH, for those of you who don't know that. So kind of a little bit of history there. It's Jane Barbie. Kind of cool stuff. Anyway, what this does, it does have a great scan feature. You just hold it down, it'll scan the band, and then it will go back. It'll tell you when it's scanning. It's going to go back now. We're just going to go ahead and scan here on the 60 meter band, and then we'll pop up to 49 meters. It's probably just going to go and just stay up here where we're at and kind of stay there. So let's go to 5950. Oops, sorry. I just got it today. Bear with me. All right, so in the 49 meter band, we'll go ahead and we'll scan. It'll stop. There's Radio Cuba. There's Radio Havana. Listen how clear it is. Again, I have RFI problems. Huge. Okay. Only on the whip. This is a portable radio. Try to just do it on the whip for you. Because here's the deal. If you can pick it up on the whip, I don't care what kind of antenna you've got as an external, you're going to pick up some good stuff, right? That's the way it's going to work. But since these are designed to be portable off the antenna, you're going to pick up great stuff on an external if you can pick up good stuff on the whip. So that's why this is just a WIPO antenna only. WIPO, reduced whip. So again, Havana, Cuba. Havana, Cuba from here is roughly about 4,500 miles away. So there you go. There's Havana. Now this does have a sync, okay? Over here, you take a look. Of course, press the sync button down. You're going to sync upper, and you're going to go up, and you're going to press sync again, sync lower. You're going to go down again, and you're going to go sync, and that's it, okay? So it's going to sync it in. That's going to keep the signal. It does a great job of it here. So there's 6100. Keep in mind, I don't get very much. I mean, I get very little in here. And this is, again, just off of a whip. I do have an AdWords antenna that I purchased, which I do like. The AdWords came in from the recommendation of a good friend, Jay Allen. If you watch his blog on the internet, you have a wealth of information. Jay does a phenomenal job. So that's Radio Jay Allen. If you've seen his stuff, you know he is very, very sharp on this stuff, and he recommended the AdWords to me. I've got it, I like it, but again, we're not using any external wire here. Okay, that's another Havana. Now it will go in 1 kilohertz steps. If you press the closest button, it will tune in 1 kilohertz, or it'll go to 5 kilohertz right here, okay? So we're just kind of doing a band scan, just taking a look, see, 49 meter band, and then we'll switch over, okay? So, okay, there we are, we're now to 6255. In order of keeping this a little bit, I think, as low as I can in time, we're gonna go up to 6900. Okay. We're going to kind of slide on up. $41. You can see everything's up there right now that we can hear. A little bit there. It's barely legible, but it's there. Okay, so we're working our way up to 41. I don't know if we're going to find anything here right now because propagation is not the greatest. Okay, there we go. So we're off 41. Right now it's 0700 UTC, which literally makes it 11 o'clock here in the Pacific time zone, right? So we're going to switch over. FM. Now, small speaker. Okay, give you an idea here of the depth of this. Look at this. The depth right here, speaker area and the display area, is about 3/4 of an inch. That's all it is. And it's actually, you know, honestly, it's actually closer to 5/8 when I measured it. It is truly small. Okay, listen to the sound. Now, okay, yeah, it doesn't have a lot of bass, right? Come on, look at this speaker here. It's tiny, but it's great. And check this out. Look at that. Access to all of your controls with the case on it. Goes in your pocket, can go on your airbag, just your overnight bag, you know, or your carry-on. on the plane.
Every single day.
You're good to go.
We're KHPE Albany, and on our translator at K245AA Eugene at 96.9
Love to get those
FM,
IDs, right?
bringing hope to your day and hope for your life.
Now here's the deal.
1079.
I started here for a reason. Okay, now watch. This starts at 76. Okay, it's going to start on the European FM frequency. Okay, that's where it's going to start. You can scan, just like we did with the shortwave. It'll scan on all bands, obviously. You'll find a few things here that are basically on translators. So they're going to translate to a different signal. What they do essentially is they'll transfer by microwave. They'll go on a frequency to another receiver. Then they'll retransmit at a different FM band. But this is kind of the inner workings of that transfer, so to speak. 8810. So, I don't know if you know this or not about FM radio. FM radio was set up by the FCC that up until 92 megahertz, okay, technically 91.9, it would be all public service channels. Everything would be a public service frequency. Everything. This is Portland, about 60 miles away. Okay. Eugene, about 60 miles away from us here. Okay. So you can see just how much this thing is picking up on FM. It's amazing. That's Portland. Portland. So again, 60 miles away, real solid signals. I'll stop here. And you can just hear how solid it is. There's no static there. Okay. So we're going to go off because we don't want any copyright issues. We're going to swip over to AM just to give you an idea of where we're at, okay? So let's zoom on over here. We're going to start at the bottom of the dial, so let's go to 530. 530 typically is a traveler's information station. So all stations in the United States of America are 530 traveler information. So that's why you typically don't hear anything on these stations. So you're going to hear static, probably, okay? Now, I've still got, it's going in 10 kilohertz steps. Good. It was originally at 9, so grateful for that. Okay, so this is my medium wave. Okay. Okay, it is directional. It's got a little antenna in there. Okay, so we're going to turn it. I'm going to move the camera up for y'all. Okay. It's about 60 miles away to Eugene, Oregon. Okay. I'm going to go up. Sorry, whoops. 610. This is a station out of San Francisco, California. Originally was 610 KFRC. It's now, call letters changed, legendary station, 610 KFRC. This will be Portland, Oregon, 620. Okay, kind of a hard signal here to pick up in any room in my home until you go outside. 640. It's Los Angeles, California. This is 810 miles south of me. Okay. Turn it up a little bit more for you. Okay. This is 640 KFI Los Angeles. Okay. 650. Getting a copy at 650. Copy at 660. You see, this is not just some toy radio.
291-6670. That's 800-291-6670. Don't wait. Call 800.
Don't wait. 680. This is KNBR San Francisco. 490 miles south. 690. XETRA out of Baja, Tijuana, California. This is 710 KIRO Seattle, 200 miles north. Crow flies, of course. There's something everywhere.
Wednesday, we'll get down to
winds in the Sierra. Reno high on Wednesday, 53 degrees. Current Reno temperature 42 degrees. It's 37 in Truckee, 43 at the Minden Tahoe Airport. I'm Monty Wolf. Red Eye Radio up now on News Talk 780 KOH.
KOH. There you go. This is out of
It's Red Eye Radio.
Red Eye Radio. How about that? This is, you mentioned Truckee, California. Truckee is about 435 miles to the north and, I'm sorry, to the south and west of me. So this is Reno, Nevada. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do is go to just a couple more, right? We'll go to KOA Denver, so you can get it. This is my first night with this radio. KOA is roughly 1,000 miles here. Not tonight. Not tonight. It is a cloudy night. But keep in mind for DX'ing, especially medium wave, your best nights are clear, cold nights, wintertime, best time to do it, okay? That's when you want to do it. We're going to try 1530. Okay, there you go. This is Sacramento, California, 430 miles, okay? So what I'm trying to say here is for a radio that literally folds down, has a speaker outlet right there as well, little baby 2-inch speaker, okay? It opens up with this little button here, okay, and it closes. It does have a light, okay? When you turn the light on this, it's right up here in the back. Turn it up, okay? There's the back light, okay? The buttons I found do not light up. There's the button layout for you to give you an idea. So if you want to stop the film right here, you can. Okay, we'll close it up. But what I have found with this radio, and if you'd like anything more, if you'd like me to go do anything more with this radio, to really do a band scan with this, a more concise band scan, I'd like to. I wanted to make this more a quick, less than 20-minute video to show you the capabilities of this amazing little radio. It is less than 6 inches long. It is less, my friends, than 5 inches high. This thing is about 5 3/4 long and roughly 4.5 wide. And the depth, about 1 inch. Okay? I think it's 1, and because it's got the crown here, I believe at the crown, it's 1 1/2 high. But when you take a look at just this piece here, look at how thin this little back piece is. I mean, it's a 1/4 inch. I measured it 3 times. I could not believe it. It does get a little bigger as it goes out. But in the end, I'm telling you, if you can find one of these little radios, okay, and they're not cheap for the most part, okay, it does show 2 time zone. It does have a sleep timer. It will tell you, it will do daylight savings time. I'm, of course, in the Pacific time zone, so 2308 UTC. If you can find one of these little guys and you can get one, and I would say working, okay, not one that's got problems, because there are some that got problems. One thing to really watch out for in these, I've found, at least when I was searching, is the speaker. That's one place it's a little problem. Another place is right inside here. We'll zoom in. If you take a careful look right there, right there, right there, you're going to see a little ribbon. Okay, that is a set of wires. There's actually 2 of them that go through here. That is the weak spot of this radio. And that ribbon, because of the constant up and down motion of this back, tends to break the wires right there. So that's a weak spot. The last weak spot on this radio is right here. It's the battery compartment. And the reason for it is the spring on this end is a little too tight. You can just cut with a little pair of snippers, just about maybe the first or second rung off that spring, and alleviate the problem on this door. Because what happens is you get a door failure, but that's what you have, okay? There's one side there. There's your other side right here. Like the 2010, it does have the dual power switches. So that's a similar feature to the 2010. It's just amazing. That's the way I can say it. I don't, I will tell you if some radios just kind of disappointed me. To be quite honest, okay, give you an example. Right there, the Skato 1103. I got it as a Christmas gift. It's okay, but I hate the way the volume works. I can't stand that, and I really don't like the way it tunes. It's just, it's good. It does it pick up? Yes. Is it the radio I go to? No, I never go to that radio. I always, if I'm on a small day, I'm going to my G5. I just do. But now, that's the radio. That's the radio for me to beat right there in the small category. You can go out and buy yourself a Tecsun 660, 880, doesn't matter which one, okay? You can go ahead and buy yourself a Tecsun 660, 880. New 160 for the 880. I believe the 660s now are down at current prices to 131, okay? I bought this for a blessing of a price at $110. Now, I got a great deal, and I know I was blessed. That's what I was, blessed. But you can find these radios for a couple $100, $250, okay? And I'll tell you something. I had the 880. I had the 660. I had the satellite. This radio beats all of them with zero problems. None whatsoever. Clint from Oxford Shortwave told me that, and I said, okay. Then when this thing came in and I tested it, I was so blown away I couldn't put the thing down. That's the first radio I've had that's done that. That's it. We've talked long enough. If you have any comments, questions, whatever on the Sony ICF 100, this is the real name here is the Sony ICF SW 100. For you people who are technical, like I can be sometimes, shoot them down in the comments list. Make sure to hit the subscribe button. Click that bell icon. We'll have more frequency scans on the medium wave. Also want to tell you that this program, all of our programs, brought to you by Vlado at hamradio.repair. Vlado does an amazing job at restoring radios. He could do this one. He could do the G5 I showed you. In fact, I'll show you something real quick before we go because doggone it, we're friends here, right? We're on a first name basis right now. I'm going to move you over to where my radios sit, okay? He just sent me that one, okay? Here is the amazing Panasonic RF2200. The most legendary AM DX radio in the business, and you can read all the reports. I'm not saying it because I own one. I'm saying it because I searched for one. I found one. It was filthy dirty. It needed so much work. This guy cleaned it with a toothbrush, took all the parts out, cleaned everything, deoxed everything. Then he put it back together again. He ended up replacing, let me get this for you because it just totally blows me away what this guy does. He replaced 24 capacitors in this thing. And I mean, you know, this guy does the real deal. And this baby right here, it is one
did you see the story from...
Right, so we'll do DX stuff with this on the AM band especially. The gyro antenna is amazing. But right now, we're going to celebrate the little guy. Sony ICF SW 100 radio. Thank you for watching. Have a good day. Remember, it's one thing to know what you hear. It's another thing to hear what you know. Until then, goodbye, everybody.